Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Grab your coffee, maybe a snack or two, and let's get into it, all right? So, we've got some emails to go over. And these emails come from community members. And this is what they're seeing and dealing with while they're out prep shopping and whatnot, okay? So this first email says, when I started stocking up again on canned beans, you get canned beans for between 45 and 55 cents a can. And that was a few years ago. Over this time period, I have seen the price of canned beans double in stores like Save-A-Lot and Publix. Recently, Target raised their prices to where they aren't even a viable solution anymore either. Last time I checked, black beans and garbanzo beans were 85 cents a can for their store brand. Don't even look at name brands, they're at least 30 cents more a can. I wanted to share my experience at Aldi yesterday. I typically buy about 30 to 35 cans of beans at Aldi. Well, most of that stock is for the prepper pantry. The prices have been going up bi-weekly and just went up again on the garbanzo and canna lily beans, so I bought a few extra cans. I have a price limit on how much I'll pay for each can, which is about 80 cents a can. I also buy the smaller bags of imported pasta and the lentils and green peas if they have them. And the checker commented, I had a lot of canned goods and I had my mask on so she couldn't see most of my face, thank goodness. So I said I had to buy a few extra cans because they keep raising the prices and I don't know how much longer I can afford to buy the canned goods. She had the nerve to chuckle. Again, thank goodness for the migraine, which helps me keep me from saying too much. I just kind of blared my eyes a little bit, and so she would hurry up, and the checker was a younger girl, so I guess she's like totally clueless how much the price increases affect people. But to chuckle really shows how clueless certain parts of the population really are. I've also been stocking up on dried beans. I like the rice and preserving them for the future, and I knew the time would come when it would become unaffordable to buy canned goods. And my wages have not doubled in the past year to accommodate these radical increases. And I don't understand how people can be clueless when prices have doubled in less than a year. And it really makes me wonder what will happen as things get increasingly worse. Yeah, I totally and completely understand where you're coming from. There are just some people who, they are totally clueless, especially like the younger generation. I totally understand, you know. If it wasn't for Andrew growing up, you know, seeing what Sean and I do, I don't think that he would have an understanding at all of what, being prepared is all about, because even sometimes he questions and then he's like, Mom, seriously, more. And I'm like, Andrew. And then I show him and he's just like, my God, because even like with the car insurance, how it jumped literally $210 a month. He's just like, we gotta shop around and blah blah blah. And I'm like, son, do you know that Geico is the cheapest? And he's like, but we don't have any accidents and we don't have any tickets and blah blah blah. And I'm like, Andrew, it's called inflation, man. You think car insurance is not going to double their prices? Of course they are, insurance, how we explain to people who are not preppers that prepping is like having another insurance policy. Okay, well, our insurance policies, they are also affected by inflation, and those prices are also increasing, while our incomes are not increasing. The insurance policies certainly are. Are they covering more? No, they are not. But do they care? No, they do not, because it's not affecting their pocket. What do they care? But it is affecting, say, God forbid, okay, a hurricane were to come through here and rip off my roof. Roofing supplies are more expensive now. Trying to come by the supplies to fix the roof, I'm sure, is not as easy as it once was. So they have to, even though I have been paying on my homeowner's insurance for 19 years, it doesn't matter, so we try to explain to non-preppers, or normies as we refer to them, as prepping being a insurance policy, so they can try and understand, which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and then we look at our own insurance policy, whether it's car insurance, homeowner's insurance, renter's insurance, life insurance, whatever the case may be, and those prices are going up as well. All right, so let's go on to this email address. Listen to me. This email. She says, it's been super hot here the last few days, and yesterday reached 109. Whoa, yeah, same here. She's in California. Here, in Florida, it's just crazy pants. It really is. And she said, we have a few more days of these temps before the cool down to the mid 90s. If we consider the 90s the cool down, where are we? You know what I mean? It's crazy. So she said, yesterday my daughter came home from work an hour early, and she had to work outside for about an hour in the high temps of the day. Oh, Lord, yeah. Andrew, as you guys know, he's right now at 29 Palms, and he was telling me, Mom, it's 120 degrees, and it's a dry heat out there. And he's just like, I've been drinking 3-4 gallons of water a day, and he's like, and it's so hot here. It's so hot. And he said, and even in the barracks, there's no AC. He said the only place that there's AC is the commissary. And I'm like, oh my God, son. And he's just like, Mom, I can't take it. I can't take it. I said, just think, if you were to be deployed, to like the Middle East, I said, it's blaze balls hot there too. I said, so, just remember this time, if at least you get some kind of comfort if you go into the commissary, but there's no comfort over there in the, the Middle East. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so, the temperatures are just outrageously high, just like the prices are. So she said, I won't list her symptoms, but she had heat exhaustion, if not borderline heat stroke. I had that happen to me 2 years ago. I had heat stroke. I was outside. I was in the garden. I wanted to get everything done, and I'm just going along. And I was drinking water, right? But I wasn't drinking enough water. And I was trying to get everything done as fast as I possibly could, and I was not stopping. And I kept going. And I kept going. And I kept going. And I had passed out. And Andrew came home and found me. Yeah. So it was bad. It was bad. And yeah, so believe me, I know. So she said, she has been fine today. Thankfully, I knew how to treat it. But that's my point in this email. How many of you would know what to do in a medical emergency? If you have little or zero knowledge on emergency first aid, now is the time to get that knowledge and skill set, because so many things can be a killer, and those new to prepping may not realize that they need this knowledge and skills. So I thought I would bring it up. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, you know, you have to, being hydrated is literally key. It's number one, especially when you live here, anywhere in the South, really. Okay, in California, you know, things like that. Hang on. Sorry. So, you know, it's just so important to stay so totally hydrated. You know, even if you just, you know, you grab a thing of water and you have, you know, the, because I always use them, the packets, the powdered packets of juice, and you can get the ones with the Gatorade. I use the sugar-free, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just so important. Do you keep Pedialyte in the house for the kids? You know, that type of thing. To replenish electrolytes. These are so important that you just don't realize how important these things really truly are, you know? So, you know, if you are outside in the heat, you know, say you're working in your garden, okay? Even if you're building something outside or whatever the case may be, you know, to take a cloth towel, okay, wet it, put it in the freezer, and then take it out of the freezer and put it around your neck. That'll keep your body temperature down, at least. You know, so these are the things that, excuse me, you know, you really should be thinking about. Okay, so on to this email. Okay, this community member wrote me, and I speak to him all the time, and he's a really great man. And he said, unfortunately, Autumn, this is what I see as the future for humanity if the psycho-elites are successful. I've copied it here so in case YouTube deletes my post, because this is a comment that he had left on one of my videos, but you know what happens. A lot of comments are being deleted, unfortunately. So he said, welcome to modern day feudalism. This is what they have planned for us. There will only be two classes in society, the serfs, which would be us, right? And the uber rich will not be allowed to own anything anymore. And if you want to eat, you have to work for it. Rat burgers, insect tacos, maybe even a version of Soylent Green. Right. And I had put up a video, oh gosh, 3-4 days ago, and everyone was saying this is like Soylent Green, Soylent Green. Yeah, it truly is. Hi, bud. And and then he said, why let a perfectly good chunk of human meat go to waste? No more sitting at home all day long playing video games in your mom's basement. Government controlling housing, no more private cars. If you want to go anywhere that the government still allows you, you'll call for a cab and it'll automatically take you to your destination. Your account will automatically be debited. Everything will be controlled and monitored, including information, which of course includes the internet. And the internet will be used as a tool of mass indoctrination and compliance. And the future will be a full-blown version of 1984. All of our electronic devices will be monitored 24/7, even if we think we've turned them off. All of our energy and labor will go towards the exaltation of the state, zero tolerance of any dissent. Educational systems that will only teach us enough to function in society will be drones, mindless slaves, and we'll be happy. And this will be much worse than anything that North Korea could have ever come up with. And this will be true spiritual, mental enslavement and indoctrination of the human race. And the majority will learn to love their imprisonment, bounded by invisible walls, as long as they have enough to eat and somewhere to live. And they won't know any better, as mass indoctrination and inoculation will begin at the very earliest of ages. Subliminal messages will be broadcast 24/7. Okay, subliminal messages. What is that movie with that 80s movie? They Live, with Roddy Piper. Is that wrestler? Is that his name, Roddy Piper? When you put on the glasses and you see all the subliminal messages. I have a real sinking feeling that's that my generation will be the last of the private home ownership after I pass away. No matter what is in my will, the state will take over my house, set it to an entity like BlackRock, right? And they will turn it into a rental property for more immigrants. And the destruction of the white race is well underway. And they want a mixed race for humanity. They want homosexuality to become completely normalized, and any other perversions and abominations that they can come up with. We need divine intervention now. Well, you know, thanks for that. Holy smokes. Stormy, you need to calm down, buddy. You know, as for BlackRock, yeah, I can so totally see that happening. I really, truly can. You know, yeah. We will totally be like robots. That's without a doubt. Without a doubt. Whoa. Yeah. Alright guys, that's all for this video. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.